And you know what that means. Craziness with the Bead Place. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Abby's already lost her marbles. I'm Alex. As I said, that's Abby. We do these every Wednesday, so if you want to join the chaos, set your clocks to standard Central Time and come hang out with us.
Yeah,
what are we doing tonight?
I'll try to just
exist,
keep it in check. So, if this is your first time watching, I'm so sorry. We're not always like this.
There we are.
Yeah, we are. Becky says, "Wow, it's lovely. It's funny." I'm sorry.
I'm a funny.
It's loud too.
Guy. Hi from Pittsburgh. Hello.
So we are from the Bead Place. We are a brick and mortar bead store located in beautiful Fairview Heights, Illinois. We are just across the river from St. Louis, Missouri. So if you're anywhere around there, we'd love to meet you. Come check us out. Welcome back to everybody who watches us all the time. Thanks for hanging out with us. We do these live streams once a week on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central, as Alex said. Usually what we do is we show you new products, featured products, and sometimes we show you what to do with them. So that's what we're doing tonight. We have new.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, Alex has a shirt on.
I do have a shirt on.
Well, that's good. Yeah, Facebook will take us down if you don't.
Yeah, I was gonna
say. So, if you would like to shop this show tonight, you can. If you're watching live, you can type your order in the comments. Alex is going to be putting on screen a letter that corresponds to the item that we're showing you. You just type it in the chat, what you want to buy. Like, let's say you want to buy one strand of letter A, you would type A1, or A times one,
like
or one of A, please, or however, whatever makes you comfortable. And then if you're watching after the fact, the easiest thing to do is just to kind of jot down your order as you go and then send it to us in a message on Facebook, through our website, or via email. Because sometimes we don't get notifications when you comment on previous streams. So if you put your order in through the comments, if you're watching replay, we may or may not see it or get a notification that it's there. So, yeah. We won't. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Depends on how far out you are from the stream.
And before we get started, make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe.
Is this what we're doing? Comment?
And subscribe, all that fun stuff. Get some likes, get some laughs.
Please.
Live, laugh, love, all that fun stuff.
It lets the algorithm know that you're actually a human interacting with this.
Unless you are a bot.
It lets them know that what we're doing is entertaining. So
yeah, hit the like button. Seriously, we need more likes. We got 25 people watching, only 6 likes. That's unacceptable. We need at least 13. Let me see, 13. Come on, there's one.
Hey Becky, I know
coming.
I know you're super prepared tonight with a list.
Please,
but I'm gonna add another thing to your list.
Yeah.
You ready? Monthly fun pack.
Monthly fun pack.
So if Becky's on her toes, which she usually is, she's going to link in chat for you this awesome monthly fun pack. Today is the last day to get your monthly fun pack orders in because they ship out tomorrow. So if you're not subscribed to our monthly fun pack, you can subscribe at the link that Becky's going to put in chat in just a few.
Heck yeah.
So we do a once a month subscription pack. And it is a $35+ value. You save $5 if you subscribe, so you get it for $30 a month. And then inside
is a little green ghoul.
There you go. Inside is a themed curation of goodies and cute packaging, in my opinion. So this month, our theme is sweet summer treats. So we hope that you'll love the innards of your kit. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. We hope you love what's inside. And then we'll have inspiration projects posted in our Facebook group of some of the things that you can make. And there's a really special, cute little mini kit in this month's monthly fun pack. It's adorable. Like everybody who saw us,
green ghoul.
It's not. It is little and it is adorable. Everybody who saw us making it in the store was like, oh, that's so cute. So.
And Becky just dropped the link to the monthly fun pack on our website. So go check that out.
Can you pin that? Because Becky's in.
Well, I can't pin it, but I can.
Yeah, can you display it?
Well,
Becky's on Facebook, so you can see the link. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see the link up on your screen right now. Or you can just search Monthly Fun Pack on our website. So what we're looking at tonight are Czech glass tubes. They are a relatively new shape, or kind of like a resurgence of this shape. They have large holes, so they can be used for cord and leather projects or for thick wire projects. But tonight we're going to do a stringing project. And Alex, if you wouldn't mind switching to face cam, not face cam, hand
I've got
cam.
some questions about my shirt. It says Halloween safety, and then at the bottom it says
unpin the comment so they can see it.
Oh, it says Halloween safety, and it says a sitter's guide, and it's from the original Halloween movie, the best horror movie of all time. Not close. All right.
So Alex is switching us to hand cam. Again, if you'd like to purchase any of the items that we're looking at tonight, you can, if you're watching live, you can comment the letters, and then if you're watching replay, you can send us a message. If this is your first time shopping, welcome. Please send us a message to let us know what email address you'd like us to send your invoice to. Your invoice.
Oh yeah, it's a good shirt.
Yeah. So you will receive your invoice via email. So nothing to it but to do it. So the first. So
let's get into it.
Yeah, the first thing that I want to show you guys is kind of an in-progress necklace sample that you might have seen on the preview. We're going to be finishing this tonight, maybe starting another one if you guys want to design one with me. So as we are going along and looking at these tubes and some other shapes tonight, maybe pick out a favorite that you might want to see designed into something tonight. So Becky also has prepared for us a list of links. So if we're using anything later tonight as we're making our necklace, did I just run you over with my chair?
You got me.
Sorry. Becky's going to have those links on Facebook. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can definitely check out the links later on. We'll always post the links after the fact as well. So we are going to start with A. And these beautiful beads, as I said, are tubes.
Roll that beautiful bead footage. All right.
These are $5.35, which is an incredible price for a red bead. As you guys may or may not know, generally red glass is considerably more expensive than other colors of glass because it's often,
hi Barbara,
most of the time, more than often, most of the time made with gold. So it costs more to make. But this is only $5.35. So that is for one strand. I'm going to isolate one strand because this is a new one for you guys. So this up here in my fingers
does
here
look
is
like
one
candy.
Quantity.
However, we don't eat the beads.
I like a yummy cough drop. So these are the size of these beads is 14 by 7 millimeters. So 14 long, 7
That's right,
in thickness.
Becca. We don't eat the beads.
And they are large hole tubes. This color is called red with a copper lining. So it almost looks like it glows from within. And the color's coming up pretty true. It's a good kind of warm toned red. So that was A.
Are these Czech glass?
They are Czech glass. Yeah, manufactured.
I checked them and they are. B.
Okay, so B, these are $8. And this is showing up a little darker on screen than what it actually is.
Thank you, Sally.
It is more of an orangish red. So these are $8. These are, like I said, 14 by 7 millimeter. And this one is called Ruby Red with an etched and copper finish. So this is like a matte glowy red. And then in that etching,
$5.30 for it?
that distressing,
535.
535, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is B, this is 8. In that distressing,
That's
in
so
the little
cool looking.
pits.
Thank you, Patty.
I wish they could see how like kind of shiny the metallic is. We see this kind of like rose gold, kind of yellowy copper that collects in those pits. It looks kind of like an ancient jewel that somebody dug up.
Is a ghoul? Did you say a ghoul?
No, I did not.
C.
Moving on to C. These are 765. This one was definitely a crowd pleaser when we posted those previous images.
How many colors of tube beads did you use in that sample necklace?
You want to know something really cool?
I do.
I used 1 color of tube beads in that sample necklace.
What is the size of the hole? Asks Kim.
It looks like a 1.8 millimeter, but for some reason I don't have that exact information on the descriptions.
Thank you, Patty.
But if you want to send us a message after the stream, we can definitely follow up with exact information for you. So these are 765. This is like a kind of orangey copper color. This is called copper with mother of pearl finish. So it has this really cool ink spill finish on it.
Mother of
like
pearl.
A beautiful kind of rustic copper.
You know, we know what mother of pearl looks like, but what about the father of pearl? Father's Day right around the corner.
Speaking of Father's Day, a lot of these beads that we're looking at tonight make incredibly beautiful masculine looking bracelets. You just add a couple of washer spacers between them and you've got yourself a really impressive bracelet. Alrighty, moving on to E.
D. A, B, C, D.
Oh yeah, where's D? We were missing D in our
We're missing
thing.
D?
Yep, so we're moving on to E.
E. The E is for excellence.
This is actually, surprisingly, the color that we used in the stream. These are 960.
Niner.
Not the stream. Sorry, this pin came unpinned. Give me 1 second so I don't stab myself.
Thank you, Barbara.
So yeah, this is actually the color that I used in the necklace sample. And this is definitely one of my favorites. This one is called Transparent Glass with an etched AB and something else finish. Give me 1 second.
That one looks
and
really,
a gold finish.
Really cool.
Yeah,
Thank you, Sally.
It's clear glass, and then it has that gold wash on it, which almost makes it look like a purpley root beer color. And then that AB finish gives it that kind of mystical.
Transparent is my favorite. Yeah, no, they look really good.
They're awesome.
Thank you, Susan.
All right, so I said that's one of my favorites. You guys want to see my favorite from the whole entire show? Get letter F loaded in your keyboard. Get ready to type it in because we have limited quantity on these, and I know that these are going to sell out again. Again, like they've sold out before. I meant like last week's show. We sold out of a lot of colors.
All right.
You ready?
Right, this is A, B, E.
Get ready to type in F.
Price, hold on, price me first.
765.
All right, run it. Well, those are really cool looking.
Oh, and they don't even show up on screen as cool as they are in real life.
Gold.
Yeah, so this is yellow gold with etched.
I love gold.
An AB.
The smell of it.
Finish.
The taste
and then
of
a
it.
brown wash.
The texture.
Stop. So this looks like mustard yellow.
Can anyone name that?
With dirt rubbed into the etching and then a really cool metallic iridescent wash over the top. And they are just
Thank you,
stunning.
Sally.
Absolutely stunning. You see pink, you see green, you see purple, and they just do not look as impressive on screen as they do in real life. We have some pretty good pictures of them if you want to check out our Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, what are you doing? Speaking of Instagram, we'll have some exciting news to announce hopefully later this week in regards to our Instagram account.
G?
So make sure to follow us on Instagram. We're moving on to G. These are just $5.35 a strand.
Ain't nothing but a G thing.
These are also some of my favorites.
Baby.
This is a great kind of neutral gold.
Thank you, Barbara.
So this is G, $5.35 a strand. And this one is called Amber with an Abbi finish and a gold lining. So we have this soft yellow bead with a gold line to the middle of it. So they almost look like they glow from within. And then they have that Abbi beautiful kind of ethereal finish on the outside that make them really iridescent. All right, moving on to H.
Hold on. We've got. Thank you, Patty. Nothing but a G.
Hold, please.
Baby.
Thanks, everybody. This is awesome. We really appreciate it. Not to be a downer, but I don't know if you guys know this, but small businesses across the country are struggling right now. It's like we're hit all over again with it, but we appreciate the support because we would not be here without you.
Price? Part, yeah.
It is $6.10 a strand.
$6.10.
Look at how pretty these are.
$3.10 to Yoma.
Oh.
Ooh,
So this beautiful color is called Emerald with Gold Luster.
That's a good color.
So emerald is like a green, or a blue-green, and then it has this kind of gold luster to it. So it swings blue-green, and it also swings yellow-green, depending on how the light hits it.
Oh my gosh. Jenny just said.
A very versatile color.
Jenny just said, I can't believe I wasn't following the Instagram account.
That's really funny.
That green reminds me of the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
because that's
definitely.
the color of the Emerald City.
It is. Yep. Like little towers. So if you're just joining us, we are looking at a new Czech glass shape. These are tubes. They are 14 by 7 millimeter, and they do have a large hole, so they fit really well on cording. All right, moving on to I.
Becky said, get with it, Jenny. All right, I, how much?
These are $7.65.
$7.65. All right.
Look at how pretty they are. They just
kind of, that makes me want like
they have a soft glow. Yeah.
Or like some, what are those called? Those cookies?
Thin Mints?
Yeah, Thin Mints.
All right. This is tea green, which is that beautiful kind of, I don't know, Amazonite almost look. It is a beautiful turquoise color, a light turquoise color. So this has an etched finish, which is those beautiful kind of pits to make it look kind of aged. And so this has a metallic green, what is that? No, not green. Could it be? Yeah, it says metallic green finish. I was going to say silver, but looking at it closer, it is a green wash to it. But it's got a little bit of warmth and a little bit of cool tone to it. So it could definitely go either way. That's what I love about Czech glass is you've got so much dimension. Makes it really easy to combine colors because there's hints of
Sally
everything.
says these look soft to touch.
They feel soft to touch too. They feel a lot softer than some of the other ones. Well, and you can tell a difference in the way they sound too.
They do touch nice.
You hear that? And then listen to this. Hopefully you guys can hear that.
That's got to be CG or something.
All right. So moving on to J.
I promise you our audio budget is not that expansive that we can.
Let's do bead ASMR.
What is this?
$7.65 J. All right. Speaking of beautiful soft ASMR colors.
Large hole, question mark?
Yes, they do have a large hole.
Thank you, Sally.
These, you know, they might even have a 2 mil hole, depending. How much was that? $7.65. Okay, but these are also 765. I was going to say, but these are not. These are, but no, they are also 765.
They are large hole, Pat.
Yeah.
Susan, thank you, Susan.
Great for cord.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got just a recap. We've got 14 by 7 millimeter Czech glass tubes. These are large hole, white, and white with etched
Oh wow, those are really
and
cool
AB
looking.
finishes. So they've got multiple coatings on them. And because it's that like super thick layer of AB, it's got this opacity to it that gives it a really neat iridescence. This reminds me of like, what is it, an orca? Yeah, like an orca. I don't know why that was hard for me to pull that out of the depths of my brain. Yeah, this is a really neat color. All right, moving on to another crowd pleaser when we posted the preview pictures. We're moving on to K. And Alex, if you could adjust the screen to say K, 535 a strand. So this is another one that kind of glows from within. This is sapphire and sky blue with a gold lining. So it's 2 colors of transparent glass. It's sapphire transparent glass and sky blue transparent glass. And then the lining of the bead, like where the hole is, you've got this metallic gold wash. So it kind of looks like it glows. And of course, because it is a darker color, it's not going to show up as well on screen, but it's pretty accurate. Just expect it to be a little bit lighter, a little bit more vibrant.
Thank you, Candy. Okay, thank you. Thank you again.
All right.
Hold up. K is popping off here. Storming off. Susan. Thank you, Susan.
All right. L is going to be, I know,
fine.
I'm just talking about it. I'm not going to show it. L is going to be another really popular color because
Thank you, Barbara.
It's going to be purple.
As we know, purple is our daughter's favorite color.
And a lot of you guys' favorite color.
And thank you, Patty. Times
2. Becky says, my fave.
All right. Now we are ready. What is this, K?
This is L.
L.
And we are moving on to, moving on to L. They're 610.
610.
Check these out. Ooh.
Yo, those are lit.
Yeah. So this is metallic purple with a mother of pearl finish. So we've got that cool ink spill finish on top of, or oil spill, I should say, on top of a metallic purple bead. So we have like an amethyst base. And then on top of that amethyst base, we have a variety of colors. And it is really, really gorgeous the way that these beads show off different colors. So we've got copper, blue, purple, yellow, rust. But you really do see that depth of purple through here.
Thank you, Patty and Pat.
So, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. Gorgeous. All right, guys, we have 2 more tubes that we're going to be looking at tonight. And then we're going to switch gears for a minute to look at another shape. It's not a new shape, but we have new colors in this shape that you guys might have seen before if you've watched with us.
All right. Where is the necklace example with the tubes?
Let me show you. Here it is. So this was using color E, which was the transparent kind of root beer purple color. And we'll do kind of a slight variation as well tonight, if you guys want to think of a color that you'd like to see made up. All right, moving on to M. This is 535.
What is it? M535?
Yep.
M.
So this is always one of our best-selling colors in other shapes. So this is 14 by 7 millimeter large hole tube. This is black with a Picasso finish. Very interesting finish on black. So think of this for just kind of a good bead to have in your stash to add texture and like a different look to your designs where you need maybe a little bit of depth with a darker color. And then this is also going to be great for those kind of stereotypical masculine style designs.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you.
To give you a different look
Aretha.
for something that is stereotypically masculine. So this barrel kind of shape is generally thought of to be a masculine shape. So great for Father's Day gifts. And we are moving on to In, which is our last color of tubes. Then we're going to look at a few new colors of another shape. And we'll get on to making a necklace.
Hang on. Thank you, Melanie.
Yeah, Becky says the mix of colors in these make them easy to pair. Definitely. Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right, this is going to be another popular one. This is In. This is $7.20. Here we are. So we have
Yes, you can.
transparent
Barbara.
glass. So we've got clear with an etched silver and AB finish. So this is clear glass, and then it has that etched distressing. And then in that etching, we have a silver wash and an AB wash. So very frosty, very glowy, very kind of ethereal and mesmerizing. These are kind of soft to the touch as well. Very neat. They look like a snow castle almost.
JLN.
Alrighty. So we just looked at all the colors of the tubes, and we're going to move on to another shape in just a moment. And while Alex is getting caught up, I'm going to take a second to I know we've got a lot more people watching than we did when we talked about this earlier.
Thank you, Sally.
Today is your last day to place an order for our monthly fun pack. Let me zoom out for just a sec. So our monthly fun pack is a monthly subscription that we do. You can try it once if you want, but you save $5 if you sign up for the subscription. And the theme for this month is Sweet Summer Treats. So a lot of fun stuff on the inside of this box. Over $35 worth of beads on the inside, and we really kind of like go overboard because we always think of like additional ideas throughout the month. And Jenny always has a fantastic time coming up with incredible color curations to meet our theme or to match our themes. And then we just kind of try to just capture the vibe with not only the packaging, but of course the beads and findings and everything on the inside. So Becky just linked the monthly fun pack in chat. If you're watching on YouTube, you can head over to Facebook to check out the chat links. Otherwise, you just search monthly fun pack on our website, and our website is beadplace.net. And then if you need design ideas for some of the kit contents, we do have ideas posted in our Facebook group. I don't know if anybody can link the group in chat, but that would be super helpful. Otherwise, you can just search the Bead Place Facebook group and it'll pop right up. All right, we're going to zoom you back in and start looking at more beads. All right, we are moving on to O. O is 880, and Alex is going to put that on screen. These are 8mm table cut faceted rounds. This is ivory, and it has a brown and mercury finish. So I'm going to bring you in closer and talk to you about this shape. This starts out as a round bead, and then it has table cut, which means it has been planed across the top. So it has this kind of flat light reflective surface on the top and bottom, gives you like a window. And it's also faceted. So across the sides, you can see the light is reflecting off those faceting. So all the beads that we're looking at until we get to our multicolored wood, they're all going to be this 8mm table cut round, faceted table cut round. All right, moving on to P. These are $13. These are beautiful. We have a red and white. Yes, we have a red and white bead, and then also a blue and white bead mixture. This has a heavy silver, mercury, and Picasso finish, and also an AB finish. So these beads have a lot going on. We've got red, blue, silver, mercury, which is more of like a, I don't know, like a brownish pewter finish, and then Picasso and AB. All right, moving on to Q. These are just $6.40. This is transparent glass, everybody's favorite, transparent. And then we also have a Picasso and a gold finish on these. So this is a great kind of flashy, but also kind of rustic neutral to kind of pepper into any of your designs. Very, very cool. Now we're moving on to R.
Are you ready, kids?
This is $7.20. And this is called, what is this called? Oh, this is Sapphire with AB and antique silver finish. So we've got a blue bead that is heavily, heavily coated in silver, and then it has an AB finish across the top. Very cool, kind of almost granite colored bead. I love those. This is the first time we've had that color before.
Thank you, Susan.
Moving on
Hold on.
S. Am I going too fast?
What was our? How much was it?
About how many beads on a string? That's a good question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Approximately 15 beads for these 8mm. And then for the tubes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So give us just a second to catch up.
How much was Q? Do you know?
Give me a second to find it. Q was $6.40. And then let me know when you're ready to move on.
Roger Dodger.
We are at S, and S is $8.80. This is another fun new one for us. All right, so this is another mix. Trying to get the papers out of your way. So this is teal, amber, and white as the base color. And then we have an antique silver finish. And then we also have what looks like a slight AB finish as well. So we've got that iridescence on top of a really cool glass base mix. And it's just really neat. It reminds me of, like, I don't know, a calcified beach find. Just really cool. All right, here is a constant crowd pleaser. Moving on to T. This one is $8.80. Whammo, look at that. This is sapphire and sky blue. with a bronze and gold finish. So the gold is that really flashy finish that we see, and the bronze, let me see if I can kind of focus. So right there on the side where you see that kind of purple hyacinth color, you're going to see that show up kind of in the depth of the bead. So although we have that kind of sapphire and sky blue, on the inside of that window, we're going to see like a purple flash, because that's what color that bronze is showing underneath the gold. So it's a very, very, very intricate look, and very like a bold impact. It really shows a lot of depth. Okay, moving on to you.
Price.
This is another new one for us. This one is $11.20. These are so cute. It's like the table cut that they did on them is a little bit more shallow than the other ones. So it shows up almost like a dot.
$11.20 you said?
Yep. So this is sky blue, but this time we've got an opaque sky blue. And this is going to be an etched, a bronze, and a gold finish. So we've got that sky blue opaque color as the base of the bead. Then we've got bronze on the outside, which is what's giving you that purple look. And then we have the gold really showing up in the pits of the bead. And I can tell that on screen, we're not really showing how metallic these are. That gold is kind of disappearing for some reason, but this does have like a really cool shimmer of gold that is showing up. Come on, buddy. There we go. Showing up in the kind of recessed areas of the etching. All right, moving on to V. V is $6.50. And this, we have sapphire blue, white, and amber glass with a bronze finish. So kind of similar to that white, blue, and amber mix that we saw before, except this has a dark coating on it rather than a bright coating. So it's amazing to me how these different finishes on the same color bead can really transform it, because you would never guess that these are the same base color. I just think that's really neat. All right, moving on to W. This is $8.80, and Alex is going to adjust that on the screen.
Price, $8.80? Yep,
$8.80. So this is, there we go. This is plum with a bronze finish. So we have a beautiful regal purple with that really cool bronze.
How much was V?
Orangey purple look.
How much was V?
V was $6.50. So this is W, and this is $8.80. And if you're just joining us, these are 8mm rounds that are faceted, and they have a table cut finish across the top and bottom of the bead. All right, we have 2 more colors of these. Then we'll look at some multicolor wood and make a necklace with it. So Alex, moving on to X. These are $7.20. And these fun beads are called pale brown with an antique silver and AB finish. So we've got this beautiful topaz color. And then on the outside, you see a silver kind of pewter look. And then we've got a slight AB iridescence. They are very, very cool bead. And then our last table cut that we're looking at tonight is Y. These are $9. And we have a black and white mix with that same kind of antique.
Those are cool as heck.
Antique silver finish. But then this one has a heavy AB coating to it. So we see that flash. So the reason why we see this so so much more prevalent is because this AB coating is done after they do the table cut.
Thank you, Kim.
Whereas this one is done before they do the table cut. I hope that makes sense.
How much was this?
There it is, $8.80. All right, so the last item in the sale portion of our show is Z.
And
then we'll make a necklace. So we're on to Z. These are $6, and we have 6 by 8 millimeter multicolor wood strands. We do have solid colors available as well. The multicolor is what I used in the sample necklace that we looked at a little bit earlier. And if you are interested in solid colors or brown or black or like the bleached wood, just let us know. But the multicolor is always the more popular or the most popular. All right. So
thank you, Sally.
We are going to
Z, and those were 6, right?
Yes. We are going to be making a necklace, kind of like this one, with some tubes.
RSV.
You're fine. You catch up as much as you need with some of the tubes. And depending on the color that we choose for the tubes, we will maybe go with the multicolor, or maybe we'll go with the solid color wood. So at this point in time, you can take a look at these tubes. I mean, maybe zoom out. Oh, that's not a good idea. And I'll give you just a little bit of time to think about a choice of what color you guys would like to design the necklace with tonight. Zoom out a little more. Wrong way. And let us know in chat what color you'd like to see a necklace created out of.
Yeah, let us know which you can put in the
rather than the well, let's not do the letter, let's do like color, because then that way it won't be confused. Well, right, and then it won't be confused with an order.
Oh, sure. That's SMRT.
I'll try.
So hard.
So I am going to grab some things that I need, and while I'm doing that, Alex is going to remind you guys how you can participate with shopping and whatnot.
Thank you, Elise. Before I hang on, Elise. Z. That's $6. All right. Was Z a full strand or a half? Abby? She gone. She gone. What's up, everybody? Thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. 28 watching. That's awesome. We've had such great numbers the last several weeks. We appreciate it so much. When we say, you know, we want to be here without you, we mean that. These live shows every Wednesday are super awesome for us, and we're so happy that you guys are enjoying it and finding some really cool stuff that you enjoy. So thank you all. If you're watching, please hit that like button or the heart button on either Facebook or YouTube. It really does help out the algorithm, helps more people find us. We do these every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, so make sure to set your clocks to Central, and that way you don't miss out, because we do these every Wednesday. We appreciate it again so much that everybody's here. Even if you're not purchasing anything and just hanging out, enjoying the show, we appreciate you. Super stoked. Abby's got, I guess, a little project to do here at the end of the stream, as we've started to do here every week. But yeah, we do these streams every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Be here, be square. And we thank so many of you regulars. You know, there's so many folks that are just a part of our Wednesday nights now, and that's pretty cool in my opinion. So, but something something with a cooler color.
A cool tone color. We need Becky here for that.
It's over 100 with the heat index, says Suzanne. That is no bueno.
All right, you guys want to do that like mint color or the orca color? What are we seeing?
Hi, Jane Ann. I don't know.
Z was a full strand. They're all full strands. It's just tied super tight, so that's why it looks so like circly like that. So what colors are we seeing?
None. Drop some colors, or else I'm gonna pick.
Well, I like the idea of a cooler color. So do we want to go with like? Oh, mint. We're not there.
Mint,
we want to go with the mint.
Purple, orca, minty turquoise.
Oh, I like the orca too.
Which one's that?
This one.
Oh yeah, mint with orca would probably look pretty cool.
Well, let's pick one color. Oh. That way we don't.
That's
take more strands
out
of inventory.
I think that's an order.
Yeah, that's an order.
Rita, thank you so much. Where did I know I had it down here.
Mint or orca, guys?
That was at $6. Okay.
I got one for purple. I'm showing the hand cam.
What do you want to go? You told me to switch to face.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
You said, I'm going to step away. We're going to switch to face cam, and Alex is going to tell you about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bruh, I got you on live in 4K.
If it was up to me, I would go with this beautiful, dirty mustard yellow.
Orca, says Suzanne.
How many do we have for mint? How many do we have for orca?
Mint, orca. They're tied. Two apiece. Okay, now we're going to narrow it down to either mint or orca. Now vote. It's just going to be 2-2.
Mint or orca?
Mint. Okay, that's that. There we go. Mint.
Oh, mint orca.
Oh, no.
Orca. Okay, we can do orca. All right. Do you guys want to do with orca?
Mint. It's tied again.
Mint. Oh, more mint. Is mint coming in for the
mint? Okay, mint is
the lead.
Mint. Okay.
Mint's got it. Okay.
Sorry, orca folks.
With mint, let's keep it different. I know a lot of times the natural inclination. Do you want to switch to hand cam for a sec?
Gotcha.
A lot of times that natural inclination with a turquoise color is to go with silver. But let's keep it different. Let's figure out if we want to do brass or copper. So brass, I'll just hold it because I can't get close enough. Hold on one sec, guys. All right. Do we want to do brass or copper? What do you think? Let us know in chat. And then I'm going to pick some spacers once I figure that out. So we've got 2 for copper. Looks like copper's in the lead. All right. Let me scooch these out of the way. Alex, you want to kind of monitor chat and let me know?
Copper, brass, copper, brass. Seems like copper's.
I think copper's
kind of a landslide.
Okay. So, do we want to go
slide
solid color wood to go with it, or do we want to do? Oh, why am I? There we go. Do we want to do solid color wood to go with it, or do we want to do a multi? I love the multi, but it's not up to me. It's up to you guys. So. Let me get a strand of these guys. What are we seeing in chat, Alexander? Solid
copper.
Or multi?
Solid or multi? Drop it down.
Solid color wood.
Multi is our first vote. Multi is our second vote. Multi is our third vote. Solid. Uh-oh, here we go. Solid. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Multi. Okay, so there's 4 for multi, 3 for solid. It's a close race.
Let me give you guys some
multi, 5 to 3 in favor of multi. 5 to 4 in solid. Suzanne says solid would be different.
Yeah.
So multi winning by 1, I believe.
I'm gonna go grab some spacers,
there
guys. I'll be right back.
Is there another vote out there? Can we find some votes? All right, tied. It's tied. What were you saying?
Are we tied?
It's tied now. All right, who's going to be the tiebreaker? Last vote, and then I'm calling it. You can't vote. Solid. All right, Solid wins. Oh no, multi! It's tied 6-6.
That's really funny.
Oh my gosh, well, I can't. Oh, Solid. So 7-6, I believe, in Solid's favor now. Solid, okay. 8-6. 8-6 in favor of Solid.
What if it's just like the same person commenting?
No, 9-6. Okay, it's 9-6. It's all different. It's all different, folks.
All right, so.
Wow, kind of a landslide, honestly.
The spacers that we are using tonight are our 7mm beautiful little nugget washers. And if Becky's with us in stream right now, she's going to link those in chat. Otherwise, you can just type in like 7mm spacer in our search bar at beadplace.net. And these are definitely one of my favorite spacers for anything that is going to be like a typically masculine style design. Not necessarily saying that this is a masculine design because we're adding a lot of bright kind of feminine tones. But when we have those shapes, kind of playing with that to our advantage is definitely going to help make it a cohesive look. So with this particular necklace, this particular bead here, our cowrie bead, I thought looked really similar to the shape here of our tube. And so I like to kind of keep it cohesive with that to tie it together when we're using different colors. It kind of adds some intention back to the design to kind of keep everything similar shape, if that makes sense. Because if you had something that was just all different colors, all different shapes, it might not give your eye a minute to rest when you're looking at it. It might kind of seem like it's a little bit much. Of course, you do you, but for designs where you kind of want a little bit of calmness to it, sticking with similar shapes when you're varying in color, that's kind of a way to kind of bring it back in.
Can you combine the two orders? Oh.
Yeah, if you are doing online, like if you're doing an order through our website, just please put in your order notes to combine it. Otherwise, we might not catch it when we're processing your orders. All right, so with this one, with this mint, I grabbed these adorable little Buddha head beads to kind of fill in the place of our cowrie bead. Both of these you can find at beadplace.net. I decided to go with these little Buddha heads just to add a little bit of a different shape, because with the solid mint, we don't have as much color variation going on, so I can get a little bit more brave with the design. So are we doing solid wood, Alexander? Is that what I remember?
Solid.
Solid wood. We can do that.
I placed an order this morning. Are you able to add the things from tonight to that order?
We're not able to add it onto your order, but we can ship them together. So just if you don't mind, if you've already put in an order with tonight's show, then Alex, if you could put a note on this order, so we'll know to combine them. The other thing that I wanted to mention before I get started is I am using this Craftsman toggle tonight. This is a beautiful kind of hammered look. Where did I just put my, there they are. And I think it just pairs nicely with the spacers, or not spacers, with the accent beads that I'm using. Well, and it pairs nicely with the spacers as well. So I'm going to go grab a couple of options for our solid color wood.
Solid.
And I will be right back. I'm always like scrambling all over the place when we do these.
And Becky is, if you didn't see, is posting a bunch of links to a bunch of different products that we've been talking about throughout the night. So if you want to check those out and make some purchases, again, we can combine orders if you make a purchase through combine in the sense we combine the shipping. You won't have to pay shipping twice. So if you do buy one of the clasp sets or the Buddha head bead, you can combine orders with your live show orders. So how much are the spacer beads and the shell beads?
That's a really good question, and I think that's something that maybe Becca or Becky can answer in chat, and we can read it out loud.
There's that.
Because we have the stream running on our monitors, so I'm going to show you guys some solid colors. We have this beautiful ebony
cool
color.
I like those.
I should show you with the mint. Ebony. And if you want any of these colors in your order, just let us know. Then we have the natural wood. This is a raw wood. We have the brown stained wood. And then we have all these fun colors. We've got the white bleached. We've got the red, orange, yellow, green, purple, teal. What do you guys want to see with the mint? Red would even be fun. Oh, that would be really cool. Or that pink.
I like black.
Yeah, the black was striking.
And dark gray. Those are the colors I like.
We don't have a dark gray in this wood. You're just making stuff up, aren't
Pearl
you?
says black. Wait, what? I'm getting confused. Brown stained, natural wood, ebony, red, brown wood. Okay, so 2 votes for brown. Brown.
I'll just kind of lay this across
Buddha
here.
head are 305, or gold is 450.
Thank you.
For a summer necklace, I like a lighter natural wood. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But you can wear black any time of year.
There's the natural
brown.
wood.
Okay, so brown has 3 votes. I don't know.
I like the brown with it. That's really pretty.
Some is for natural.
Yeah.
And some is for dark.
That's beachy too.
Are the solid strands on the website?
No, they're not. They were a live show item because we have limited quantities on these. We don't have them listed online. They're imported, like fair trade, kind of like a friend of a friend who lives in Indonesia kind of thing.
Again.
So we don't have regular access to these. If you are interested in these strands, just let us know and we can add them to your order. There's the brown. I was hoping you guys were going to say red after seeing it with the pretty lipstick red. That's fun.
Spaces
what are we
seeing? Why can you add a strand of pink to my order?
And those pink, the solid strands, guys, they're $5. The multis are $6. The solids are
pink.
$5.
Should I just add that on here?
Yeah, just put pink wood. Yep. Alrighty, I think brown wood is the winner, right?
I think so. I mean,
Okay.
it is a sketchy count, but
Why was it sketchy? You were the one doing the counting, right?
I don't count so good.
Okay, so what I like to do for designs like this, where I don't have a centerpiece and I'm just kind of putting them together, I like to just kind of evenly space out in my outer row of my beadboard where I'm going to put my accent beads. So you guys, if you were watching last week, you probably already know the drill with that. I always like to use that outer row of my beadboard, and that's going to give me a better kind of guesstimate as to where things are going. So my main components, I usually like to put in this middle compartment here after I cut the strand, and then I'm going to start to place those because they are going to be something that I know are big pieces in my design, and so it'll be easier to place them and then work around it. And so after I have those placed, I'm going to take one of my wood strands and put that in the center. And then I've got this big area to work with. Now keep in mind when you're working with these wood beads, they are handmade and hand finished in Indonesia. So they're a little irregular, and that is why we love them. You can definitely tell that they are handcrafted, and not like the super high machined ones that you can.
I didn't catch price.
Get from overseas.
I didn't catch the price on the wood beads.
The multi-strands, the multicolored strands are $6, and then the solid colored strands are $5. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start kind of like peppering in my wood beads in between. For this design, I think what I'm going to do is keep it pretty uniform, just because I feel like that's what the kind of regularity of these, the regularity of the shape of these tubes is calling for. But we'll see what happens. We'll see once we start stringing it if I like it. So at this point in time, I am just sprinkling in, I'm sprinkling in 3 of the wood beads between each of my tubes, just to see kind of where that gets me. And this bead board is definitely a handy tool when it comes to figuring out your size of what you're going to make. Let's see. Let me put these guys here. And I'll probably have some beads left over, but once we string it, we'll definitely see where we are. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle in some of my spacers, and I'm capping the outsides of my tubes just because I love that these are the exact same dimension. I chose the 7mm washers because I knew that my tube beads were 7mm.
Tip from Becky: when using beads such as the Buddha head, make sure they're strung correctly in the correct direction.
Yeah, that's a great tip,
Unless
Becky.
the Buddha is doing cartwheels.
Yep. So that's a fantastic tip. And laying it out on your bead board like this is always a good way to kind of see it, like design it visually first before you start stringing, because it's easy to kind of get yourself turned around and
you turn me right around.
Pull that piece of fuzz out of this bead. And so laying it out first is very helpful to me. And it definitely has kind of allowed me to reassess designs sometimes when I don't like them after I've laid them out, because I can see what it's going to look like. Now, of course, nothing is going to replace actually stringing it to see what it'll look like, but this will save you a little bit of work. And it's, of course, faster to string it from a straight line rather than having to think about what you're doing. Okay, that is super cute. I think what I might do, because we have solid colors with this, I'm pulling fuzz balls out of my wood beads, because we have such kind of like color blocking going on with this design, in order to add a touch of whimsy, like what we had with the multicolor design, I think what I'm going to do is pepper in some of my spacers just at random, just to add a little bit more warmth to it, because right now it does feel kind of cold. So I think I'm going to add a couple of spacers in between some of those wooden beads and see where that gets me. And I might take them out when I string it, but we'll see. And a lot of times with these high quality jewelry making supplies, when it comes to metal, it can kind of get a little bit pricey when you go with heavy metal designs. I'm running out of room up here. So one tip that I can share with you is to concentrate your metal in the front of your design, and then it will be a lot easier to stomach if you run out of spacers and don't want to invest in more. Okay, where's my cutter? There it is. So the stringing material that I'm using is medium soft flex, and on the end of my soft flex, I'm going to add a bead stopper. This is just going to stop my beads from falling off the end. And I know at this point, if I had all my beads squished together, because I'm about at like 11.5 to 11.5, I'm going to have about a 22, 23-inch necklace when I'm done, because my clasp is going to add a little bit of length to that. So let's just start stringing and see if we like it, and we can adjust if necessary.
What?
Huh? Did you see Elise's comment? Alex?
Brown. Can we read it?
I think that is something for you to add to your sheet.
What does that mean?
That's a order.
Those are wooden beads?
Yeah, wooden bead colors.
Elise. Where is Elise? There she is.
All right, so I'm getting a little section of it strung, and I'm loving it already. And as soon as I get just a tad more strung, I'll show it to you. All right. That is super cute. And I love how we have a spacer color that almost matches the wood, but because of the irregularity of the shape of the spacer, it almost adds like a faceted look to it, so we see the light reflecting off of it, and that's super pretty. Alrighty, so I'm gonna keep stringing. What do you guys think? Do you like the way it looks? Do you like the color combination? I do. Makes me want to drink something out of a coconut. All right. So I am now to one of the Buddha head beads. And what I need to do now is decide whether or not I'm going to string it right next to the wood, like that, or if I'm going to cap it with the metal spacers. What do you guys think? Let's see what it looks like with the metal spacers. The other cool thing about these Buddha head beads, which I don't remember if I mentioned before, is that they are large hole beads too. So if you're planning to do something incorporating cord, this will definitely work. Oh yeah, I like that with the cap. That looks a lot more finished. Definitely. Awesome. Hello. Hi, Deanna. All right, now we're to the point in this design. Let me get a little bit more forward so you guys can see what I'm doing. Now we're to the point where we're going to decide if we're going to add in those extra spacers or not.
Chocolate mint is what this,
I know.
that's what we're calling this bracelet.
Like Andy's mint.
Barbara said yes, cap.
Yeah, I agree.
No cap.
No cap?
No, I'm saying no cap.
Oh,
Like
yeah, like
slang.
slang.
Deborah said it makes him smile.
Yeah, I agree.
Who, me?
No.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to show you the section that I did with the extra spacers, and you can let me know if you like it. What do you think? Throw a couple in there with the extra spacers. Add a little bit of whimsy. Or maybe we just do extra spacers around like every other. Yeah, let's do every other. throwing the wood beads. Let's see. Let's backtrack. I always go spacer heavy with my designs. I often feel like a lot of times it'll look more rich and more finished if you've got a lot of metal in it. But sometimes it's a good idea to kind of take some off and see if that adds a level of calm feeling or vibe to your design that it might not have had before.
Every other would add interest. Yes, spacers make it sparkle.
Yeah, I love
Extra
those spacers.
Spacers add some light to that area.
Yep.
Extra spacers, metal is good. Metal is good.
Metal is good. I think it also kind of balances out the like the pack or the punch that is packed. What am I trying to say? The Buddha heads pack a punch, and doing every other kind of balances the punch that's packed by the Buddha head. So here it is, every other. So then that Buddha head can kind of shine on its own. And then we'll go every other from here on out. I think that's the ticket. What do you guys think? Is that what I'm hearing? Because I'm just going. A lot of times with these streams and the comments come in kind of delayed. I hope you guys don't think that I'm like ignoring your suggestions. It's just otherwise I'm just sitting here for 5 minutes waiting to hear what you guys say. I'm guessing. Okay. So here it is, every other. And I really like that. I think it looks a lot more calm and balanced than if we were to do it on every wood section in the front. So we're going to take those spacers and put them back in my little well of spacers. And I want you guys to know that I promise my fingernails are clean. This is black dye because I have been dyeing my Longaberger baskets black.
You got Whataburger baskets?
So I got Whataburger baskets.
Whataburger.
Don't come for me, Longaberger ladies. I love them now. I loved them before, but they're a lot more my style now. Who has ever done basket weaving in chat? Let me know. And who has a house full of orange Longaberger baskets that you love, yet it doesn't fit your current aesthetic? Oh, that's so cute. I love this, guys. That's awesome. We might even just want to do asymmetrical. Can you
Me? Yes. Metal. I see a red basket and I want to paint it black.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nah, we'll put that guy in the middle too. Awesome. I don't know that I don't know. After I dyed the baskets, I was like, I probably should have worn gloves. If I do this again, I'll wear gloves. But I really don't think that I would wear gloves again. Like, I don't think I would think of it in the moment because I just get so excited to be dyeing stuff again. Oh, yeah. That's cute. Super cute. We've got some comments, Alex. Can you read the comments? Thank you.
I did a basket weaving camp years ago. I'm a basket weaver. I like Nantucket baskets the best, says Susan. Arbogast white cotton.
Oh, cool.
Ooh, I never thought of dyeing them. I have a ton, and I've woven a few simple ones, says Kim Neal Carnes. I don't do baskets anymore, but I have a tote of reed,
Oh, cool.
says Barbara. Deborah says, I collect baskets. I'm not allowed to buy anymore. So I started mine from our grapevines.
Oh, cool.
Sally
Started making,
says,
okay.
how would you make a necklace asymmetrical?
So my thought about
This
making this
necklace.
asymmetrical, and I'm not going to do it because I'm too far now. It was just a fleeting idea. But my thought was to, like before I added this one on, I thought that it would be cool to kind of like have it off kilter a little bit. So add another, um, add another tube in between to have a center point, and then have the Buddha heads kind of staggered up and down, and then have the spacer designs also staggered. And so that would make it lean asymmetrical. But too far into this. I I don't know, I default to asymmetrical sometimes. But asymmetrical doesn't always mean like heavier on one side than the other. Asymmetrical is going to be like where you're still balancing those weights and sizes and shapes and color, but not necessarily duplicating the design from side to side. So you can do a little bit of asymmetry to add interest if that's your jam, but if that's not your jam, no worries. I feel like I'm stringing this slowly tonight.
Love your work, says
Oh,
Sandra De La Garza.
Thank you.
That's beautiful, Abby.
This is not my design, guys. This is your design, but I'll take credit for it if you if you'll let me.
That's wild. Dang it. All right.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Do you want to read those?
I'm like, if you give a mouse a cookie, I bead, weave, baskets, crochet, knit.
Who is
keep
this?
moving from one thing to another. Susan Arbogast like cotton.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way. I feel really lucky that I get to be surrounded by different kinds of crafts throughout the day. So our bead store not only has jewelry supply, but we have other types of craft and art supplies as well. We have metal smithing supplies, and then also fiber art supplies. So knitting, weaving, spinning, felting, crochet. All right, check this out. That's awesome. So what we can do at this point is add the length that we need. So when I strung this together and took those extra spacers out, we lost a little bit of that length. So right now, if I put it together, it'd be about a 20, which is fine, except I know me, and I know that with a necklace like this, I would want to have it hit a little bit lower if I were to wear it. So I think I'm going to add a little bit of extra length. And so rather than adding that length with another strand of the tubes, you know, which I could do, but then we might start to get into a whole nother thing and leftover beads. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some of the spacers that we have left over in with the wood that we have left over. With a necklace that is this length, a lot of that is going to be behind your neck, and so we don't have to have it completely all the way around. And then it adds a touch of balance and femininity to this design, whereas a design that's the same shape all the way around adds a touch of what we typically refer to as masculinity to the design. I know that these are typically a little bit more masculine colors than what we have here, but we're just strictly talking about the actual shape of the necklace itself. So I hope that makes sense. I know I sometimes get a little rambly. So when we taper down, even though they're the same size, when we taper down with the actual design style itself, we almost have like this graduated look, and that can give it like a little bit more of, I don't know, lightness. I know a lot of times we think of lightness in regards to like how heavy something is or the color of something, but this time we're referring just to the design itself. So now I'm going to take the bead stopper off the one side and add 3 of my spacers. Actually, no, let's do another section of spacer bead, spacer bead, spacer. And then that'll kind of tie in that section that we did at the front. Yeah, that's cool. Would you mind, I see some comments going by, would you mind reading me some of the comments, because I can't really look over and see
I understand that. I taught quilting material all around me, just like beads now.
Yep.
You could also add a chain, question mark.
Yeah, definitely.
Suzanne.
That's a great idea.
Elise says, I'm the same way. I'm thinking of going back to painting for a while. Susan Argabat, I'm sorry, I keep butchering your name. Arbogast White Cotton says, Elise, I haven't painted before. Barbara Hazer Gonzalez says, crochet, knitting, baskets, rag baskets, macrame, chain mail. That's awesome. Now stones and just jewelry.
Cool.
Kim Neal Karn says, I'm an art teacher, just retired. So I tried so many crafts, now working on reducing my crafty hoard. Lee says, you can go from simple to complicated. I love working with color.
Yeah, definitely. So they call people like us crossover crafters because we kind of move freely within the different art types as we see fit. So I'm going to kind of show you guys closer what I'm talking about here. So rather than doing spacers in between everything, I just kind of duplicated just one section of spacers right there, so that if it does kind of peek around the neck a little bit, we do have some interest, but it still kind of adds lightness to the design. And then just so that I don't have beads left over, I am going to go ahead and just add them to the end of this to add a little bit more length to it. So we have the yarn crawl, the St. Louis area yarn crawl coming up. Because we are also a yarn store, we participate in a shop hop every year with all the St. Louis area yarn stores. So if you are anywhere near the St. Louis area or within traveling distance, we would love if you would come check out our yarn crawl the last weekend in July. There are 4 stores participating this year, and basically how it works is you get your passport, and it's a piece of paper that we stamp on. You go around to the different stores and get your passport stamped at each store, and at each store you get a free pattern, and if you make a purchase at the store you get a gift, and if you go to all 4 stores in the weekend, you turn in your passport at the last store that you go to, and then you are eligible to win a bunch of fantastic prizes. So that's always a super fun weekend for us. And then we also have our free workshop coming up at the end of this month. We're doing a macrame plant holder this time around. So that's another fun craft that we do here. And macrame supplies. Come back over here. All right. I'm going to move my beadboard out of the way, and I'll show you guys my finishing method. This time I'm going to go with a toggle clasp. Sometimes on long necklaces, if they're not heavier in the front than the back, I'll choose a lobster clasp, but this one's going to be significantly heavier in the front than the back, so I feel safe using a toggle clasp. So I'm grabbing my crimp tool, and Becky, if you're still with us, you can link the magical crimper in chat. And I was not expecting copper tonight, so I did not bring copper crimps, but I'm going to go grab some copper crimps, and I'll be right. Oh, I was going to say I'll be right back, but I'm not going to walk away from the table without putting my bead stopper on. Some of you guys know why.
Copper, like the dog from, what's the name of that movie?
I don't know.
What's the Disney movie where the Fox and the Hound? I almost said this, the title of the movie. Y'all remember the movie Fox and the Hound? No. I love that movie. We watched that movie not too long ago. Parker was afraid of the opening scene, which makes sense. All right, let's. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Again, we do these every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. Please like the video or heart it if you're watching on Facebook. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Follow us if you're watching on Facebook, and join our Facebook group. It's called the Bead Place group. So you can search that up and join that. That'd be awesome. And Abby's back, so I can stop promoting.
I'm back. So I just returned from a couple miles away, which is just the other side of the store. And I was on the phone with Becky earlier today. We were doing some inventory work with the website. And it was like I was walking back and forth from one side to the other. And I was like, Becky, gotta wait for me to get to the other side of the store. And you wouldn't think that it would be like a period of time to wait, but it is, because we've got like a long kind of we have like a trapezoidal prism shaped store, so it's narrower in the front than it is the back. But I was walking back and forth along the long wall. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is release one of my sides from the bead stopper. I'm going to add on my last little spacer here. I just bumped down to that 5mm size of the spacer, and I'm going to use that to kind of finish off the necklace and give it a more polished look. It's kind of a tapered down, which also actually makes it easier to clasp your design, especially if we're using small clasps like lobsters or something like that. This time it's not so serious, but it's just kind of a practice that I like to do, is taper down at the end. So I've strung my crimp bead on. My crimp bead is a 2x2 crimp tube. It is a thick wall crimp tube. And Becky, if you have time, you can link those in the chat as well. That'd be awesome. And so I'm going to string the wire back through that crimp tube. And I am going to pull the length back into my necklace. All right. So make sure this still has a little bit of flexibility to it, but we don't want it to be super loosey-goosey. Now I have the magical crimper. This is my crimper. On the inside, it has kind of like a balled out section missing. We're going to align the crimp bead right in the center of that kind of balled, like melon ball scoop missing from the tool. We're going to align that right in the center, and then we're going to squeeze down. So when I open it, it should look like ravioli. If we were on the Soft Flex show, we would, what, do they play the ravioli drinking game over there? It's been a while since I've been able to catch one of their streams. So we're going to turn it to the side. We're going to crimp. We're going to turn it to the side and crimp. Turn it to the side and crimp again. And when we don't feel any more resistance from any of those angles, then it should be crimped. And then what we can do with this tail end is tuck it back down into our design. So let's say this bead here didn't have a big enough hole to support it. You would just trim it off so that it would tuck down just into your little finishing bead there. And that's a good tip, is to always make sure that you're finishing with a bead that can hide that tail end, because you don't want that scraping against your neck if anything happens. So now what we're going to do is we're going to check to make sure that that goes through. If these beads were bigger, it might not, but it works just fine. Now we're going to transfer our slack to the other side. Can you read Sally's question? Because I can't see that far.
You said something earlier about the front of this necklace being heavier. Do you use a heavy clasp in this case rather than a toggle to balance that?
So with what I was saying was that, like, if I had a lightweight all around necklace, like if I was making a necklace out of just wood, or if the necklace was heavy all the way around on longer necklaces like this, I sometimes will choose not to have a toggle, because if the necklace kind of floats around, if we don't have that weight pulling it down in front, you know, with an active lifestyle, what can happen is your toggle could come out. But as long as you've got enough weight in the front of your necklace to hold it down in front when you're wearing it, I wouldn't have any doubt that a toggle would hold it securely. But I mean, toggles are easy to get on and off, but they're not always the best in every situation. We're fine here because we have weight in the front of the necklace from not only the glass, but from the metal beads, and then we keep it lighter in the back. But let's say we had like a total wood bead necklace, which would be pretty light. I wouldn't do a big toggle, because A, it could come undone if it floats around, or B, it might just kind of navigate to the front. And when you're using a beautiful toggle like this, who cares if your toggle shows? The toggle's beautiful, but it might not be what your goal was for that design. So I hope that answers your question. All right, so this end, now that we've transferred all the slack to the other side, we're going to put that other spacer on. That's the 5mm version of the spacer, the smaller size that we used last week. And we are sliding the crimp on and the clasp on. And then we're going to take the wire and go through the crimp. Now, you might notice that if you're using copper in your designs, that it's a little bit trickier to get the metal through, or to get the soft flex through. And one of the reasons that is because on a molecular level, copper is sticky. It's known as a sticky metal. So the molecular structure of the metal kind of has some grab or some drag to it. So always, 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 we want to make sure that we are not missing any slack in the design. So if you were on face cam right now, you would see me kind of running my fingers down the beads to make sure they're not stuck anywhere. And then once we make sure that there is not any loose slack in the design, we actually want to make sure that we haven't taken it too far. So I like to bend my necklace a little bit, make sure that it's still plenty flexible and it doesn't feel stiff. So we're good. And now we crimp. So there we go. We've squeezed down one side with our crimp pliers, the next side. And some people like to tuck their tail end first. I like to do it after, just because I'm a creature of habit. But it might make better sense to tuck it first. I just don't. Let me know what you guys do. Do you tuck your final tail end before you crimp or after you crimp? Let us know in chat. I'm curious now. Okay, can you read Sally's comment?
Lobster clasp would be fine with this too, or a stronger magnetic clasp.
Yeah, you know, it would need to be a pretty darn strong magnetic clasp, honestly, because there is some weight to this necklace with the metal beads and the glass beads. But like some of the larger tiara cast decorative magnetic ones, that would totally be fine. I'm always weary of magnetic clasps on necklaces. But as long as you kind of trust it and be careful. Oh, this is so cute. Great job, guys. Barbara, do you cut flush to your crimp? So I can see the bottom of the comments. I see Barbara says, I cut mine off. Does that mean you cut it like all the way up to the crimp? And if so, have you ever had any issues with it like pulling out or fraying or anything like that? With soft flex, it doesn't really fray, but I know some of the other jeweler's wires are not quite as good of quality as soft flex, so they might fray over time. Oh, this is just picture perfect. Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to show you. Oh, so cute. Well, I can't tilt the bowl without it falling off, but it just looks beautiful with this bowl. That's gorgeous. Oh, I love it. That's so pretty. Yay, now I have another necklace. I like this whole like making stuff on stream because it actually gives me an excuse to take some time and make something. You'd think being a bead store owner that I would make stuff all the time, but truly I do not get as many opportunities to make things as you might think. So I love, love, love when I get to actually create stuff. And I especially love when it's a collaborative effort with you guys. So this is super, super cute. You guys did a fabulous job making these choices. And I think we did a great tag team effort with the design assembly. Awesome. Sally says, I cut my cord after the crimp. My glasses are good, but let me lean. Teacher taught me to tuck the tail end into the final bead. Yeah, that's how I learned too. Barbara says, no issues. Yes, and I use a crimp cover. Yeah, crimp covers are awesome. They definitely can hide a multitude of sins. Not that any of us make errors with our designs or crimping. But yeah, these are so cute. Oh, we're not even on hand cam anymore, Harry. I'm trying to model the model the designs for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Next week, I know some of you guys are chomping at the bit for next week. You may have seen me post on Instagram, and I think I shared it into some of the Facebook groups that we're a part of as well. We had a visit from a new African trade bead vendor, and he had a lot of really incredible antiques. Along with the antique aspect of those beads, sometimes we see significantly higher prices, but with these, they were great deals for great beads. So I am going to grab a sneak peek tray of some of the things that we'll be taking a look at next week. We're almost done pricing them all and putting them out. But we have some really awesome, unique things at fantastic prices. And Alex is going to play Vanna and talk to you about our monthly fun pack. While I grab those things.
Sign up. It's the last day to do so, right?
Yeah.
Last day to do so for this month. And you'll get this really beautifully designed bag and little handkerchief. But I guess what's most important is the what's on the inside, right? It's true of many things in life. I won't. It's a surprise. You can't see it yet.
Why are you yelling at me?
I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. How much are these? 35?
It's a $35+ value, but if they subscribe, they get it for $30.
Yeah. So there's $35 worth of goodies.
More than 35.
More than 35. What do I know?
Stop yelling at them.
That's my presentation voice. But if you sign up for the subscription, you get it for $30. So, and we do these every month. It's really cool. You guys should sign up. Beadplace.net. Go sign up now. Please come back.
Do you want to switch to hand cam real quick?
I would love nothing more than to do that.
All right, so we have some fantastic seed bead mixes. We've got Christmas beads. We've got modern seed bead mixes. Modern Christmas beads.
Barbara said LOL.
Great color mixes too. These are really fun. I fell in
I
love
like the
with
blippy
this
beads.
one. Oh, I love them.
What about the blippy beads?
Yeah, the blippy beads, otherwise known as the Illini mix.
BLI.
Illini.
BLI. PPI.
I'm going to show you another sneak peek tray.
She just leaves me.
I do. I just walk away. All right,
Whoa.
you can see a quick flash of these. These are 17th and 18th century.
Flashing on.
Stop it, Alexander. And then I'm going to give you one more peek at some of the African stuff. I got to walk all the way to the other side of the store.
It'll be about 10 minutes.
Can you guys hear me when I'm yelling from the other side of the store? Let me know in chat. Can you hear me when I yell like that?
They can hear you next door.
They probably can.
Looks like fun.
Yeah. So we'll start the African stuff. We can transition back. It's fine.
I already did.
Oh, okay. We'll start that next week. What else do we have going on? I feel like we've got a lot of stuff going on. All kinds of stuff. A lot of stuff that we're planning for. A lot of stuff that we're announcing soon.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah.
We do appreciate it, and thank you. Huge shout out to everybody that made purchases tonight.
Yeah.
Give us a couple days to get those sent out to you, but they'll be out ASAP.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Again, it really does mean the world to us that everybody hangs out with us every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And makes these purchases, because it does directly impact our lives, and we do appreciate it.
Yeah. We love when we get to eat.
I know. Yeah.
We love eating.
I know we're goofy, and I'm especially a little unhinged during these streams, but we really do appreciate you all. And even if you're not making purchases, just hanging out with us, we love it.
Yeah.
And Wednesdays are a peak of our week, I think. Peak of the week.
Definitely.
Yeah, peak of the week. When do we send invoices? As soon as we get them written up. Sometimes it can be as early as tomorrow, and we kind of just go down the list and send them out.
So it depends on how busy the store floor is, because our main gig is that we are a brick and mortar bead store. So it depends on how busy the store floor is, but we try to get them sent out super quick.
Well, and keep in mind, once you get the invoice, us getting them shipped out to you is dependent on how quickly you pay.
Yeah, that's
true. That's the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
So I guess if you want your stuff fast, pay quickly.
Sounds crass, but it's
the
truth.
I'm a straight shooter. But thank you, everybody. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Next week we've got all these amazing pieces, so be on the lookout.
Also, Great Bead Extravaganza is coming up next month, so it's quarterly. So if you are not a member of the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group, I would definitely head on over there and join. What are the big black beads behind me? No black beads behind us.
They look black on camera, though. Those ones?
Which way am I going?
Yeah, that.
These?
Maybe.
Right here?
I don't know.
Purple tiger's eye.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, they're purple tiger's eye. Sorry, I'm like pushing you.
We got to roll, though. We thank you all so much.
We got to go pick up our baby.
Yeah, she's
cute. We like her.
We do like her. She's going to be very tired. It's past her bedtime.
Those? Like on the wall itself?
Oh, that's paint.
That's a mural that we had an artist come in. And actually, he's going to be doing like an in-store pop-up July 29th. He'll be here selling his...
21?
Selling his stuff. His name's Aaron Hicks, and his art is super cool. He's got one of those, like, I don't know, like Matrix style brains where like who wrote the Matrix?
No. What?
Who wrote the Matrix?
The Wachowskis.
Oh. What am I thinking of then? I don't know.
The
Anyway,
Matrix is the movie with Keanu Reeves.
I know,
with
I
Neo in it.
know,
The
I know.
Wachowskis are.
No, it's okay. You don't have to apologize.
not
But anyway, yeah, there's so on this side of the wall where the majority of like the stringing beads are, we have mud cloth, like African mud cloth, inspired like paint on the wall. And then on the other side of the store, which you guys very rarely get to see, but it's also
I don't think they've ever really
very
seen
beautiful. He has done like chevron to mimic stitches. So that's where we have our seed bead section along that wall because of, you know, like seed
And
bead
yarn.
stitches. And then also that's where the do you guys just want to see the store?
Not tonight.
No, can I
No,
show the camera?
No.
Maybe we'll do
That is a whole process.
let us know in, oh yeah, because we can't move it. Let us know in chat if you guys would like to see like a store tour sometime. And then also, I don't know if you guys know this, but we do virtual shopping appointments. So if you ever just want to like come shop our store virtually, if you don't live in the area, it's a $25 minimum purchase, and you book it in like half-hour increments. So we'll just like walk around on Skype or Facebook video or whatever you prefer, and do like a video call so you can shop the store. So yeah, cool.
All right. If I don't cut us off, we'll never leave.
I'll talk forever.
Thank you all so much. We really do appreciate it. See you next week. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We appreciate you. See y'all next week. Adios.
Bye.